This next session is so cool. It's so cool that it's at Digital Health Summit. That's what makes me really excited about it. And I've been dying to talk about it. So I think it's really, really exciting what Misfit is doing with Swarovski. So I want to introduce our next moderator, Rachel Rothman, the Technical and Engineering Director of Good Housekeeping Institute, who is going to be sitting down with Misfit and Swarovski. So they'll be able to share their names and information. But Rachel's New Year's resolution is probably a resolution that I need to adopt, which is not to text and walk at the same time. Do you guys want to welcome you to the stage? Thank you.
Good morning, guys. Everyone have their coffee, get a little rejuvenation. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but I'm really excited to introduce to you guys Sonny from Misfit, CEO and co-founder, and Joan, who is a senior VP at Swarovski. And I think I'll start off with you, Sonny, if you can just kind of dive into the products, why we're here, what's going on with you guys.
Yeah. Sure. Well, as some of you may know, I came from the medical device world. We made blood glucose meters and strips in my last company, and we had a lot of fun. It was at least a consumer medical device, but medical device nevertheless. And so it's been a lot of fun doing Misfit, and especially I'm just so tickled to be working with Swarovski, finally making wellness and health beautiful and fun. And so, we've got.
We're all blinged out right now.
Yeah.
Yep. We started by introducing Shine, just an elegant way of tracking activity and sleep. That went pretty well, and it just naturally converged with the design language with Swarovski, and so it was this chance meeting that made it happen. And so at the show, we've introduced 2 new products: the Swarovski Shine, the clear one, which Joan and Rachel are wearing, and then we also have a violet crystal, which has this energy crystal technology that enables the product to not require any charging ever or battery replacement.
So I think that's one of the great things about the Shine is that I never need to take it off and by chance forget to recharge it or something. It's something that's always on, it's always working. Passive sleep tracking we were discussing before. Do you want to talk a little bit about what the Shine itself does?
Yeah, so when we released Shine, our dream was to have something that you just wear all of the time and you didn't ever have to take off. So we focused a lot on battery life. So 4 to 6 months of battery life is what we got to. Made it waterproof so you can shower with it, swim with it, whatever you wanted to do. And then make it so seamless that you didn't have to tap it a bunch of times whenever you slept or anything like that. It just works automatically. So that was the idea. And then the idea was to take it to the next level after that.
And Joan, you've been wearing it for a little bit now, and you shared kind of some interesting insights. Do you want to share with everyone?
Yes, first of all, welcome everyone. Thanks for inviting me being here. I have to say I feel a bit strange. I normally appear, just go to the fashion show. And now today I'm in the Digital Health Summit, which is very important to me too. Swarovski came into this game is because we have been hearing about this wearable technology not fashionable enough, not able for women to wear all the time. And so when we saw the Misfit Shine, the modular design, we thought that there is a lot of opportunity that we can work together and develop a jewelry collection around it. And I have been wearing and really try in order to partner with Misfit Shine, we have to make sure it is the right product. So I really have been wearing for 6 months to make sure it is a cool product. And I find a lot about myself. I realized that I should stop working because Monday to Friday I don't work. And Saturday shopping is very good for your health. And that is why please do that a lot more.
There we go.
And I think the elegance of it, it's just showcased here, but also the versatility of it, that I can wear it, during the day at work, I can have it on a necklace at night. Can you talk about some of the different form factors that you have with it?
It's pretty simple. We're just trying to develop the concept. Being women, I just said to myself, how many different jewelry accessory I would like to have with the Misfit shine and turn it into Swarovski shine. From in the morning doing a bit of exercise, only 5 minutes for me, to going to see the boss, try to look serious, and to go out for casual dinner and dancing in the disco or night place. So I just think, okay, this is my life. So I try to develop different jewelry concepts surrounding this life.
Do you want to talk about some of the form factors that it's available in?
Yeah, so we've always had a necklace. Well, we've always had the wristband and a clip. And the necklace was very popular. You know, when we launched Shine on Indiegogo, everybody said, you know, you should do a necklace. So we did. And now the necklace goes, you know, going to another level. Just way. I'm just, you know, I'm just taking a step back here. When I was taking a step back here, step back when I came into this room, and I thought, this is so wild. Here we are at CES talking about digital health with Swarovski. I mean, how wild is that?
And good housekeeping.
Good housekeeping. I mean, 2015, you know, so I think we're off to an auspicious start.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And again, it's something that everyone can wear, and you know, here I am, and I'm tracking my calories, I'm tracking my sleep. Can you talk about some of the things that you can do with it, the functionality of it?
So Shine, Flash, and now Swarovski Shine does steps, calories, distance, so your typical activity tracking stuff, metrics. And for sleep, it's sleep duration and quality. So in terms of sleep quality, it's light sleep versus restful sleep is what we call it. And it does it automatically. Again, you don't have to do anything, you just sleep and it just does it. So one of few products that does that. So that's, and then in the app, you can track food, your weight. So those are the things that it can do.
And is there a separate app with Swarovski as well?
There is. So there's a special skin that it's a beautiful crystal-looking skin, and so when you sync your Swarovski Shine with it, you get a Swarovski experience.
So what I love about also one of the ones that you guys are coming out with, the violet one, is that it's solar charged. So literally you never need a battery. Can you talk about kind of the ideation of that?
Sure. Well, I mean, when we first heard about Swarovski, we were excited just because, like, wow, that's so cool. A 120-year-old heritage. I mean, that's how long they've been around. I had no idea. I mean, I just, you know, that was just news to me, and so I was blown away by that. And then when Joan told me about Swarovski's patented solar harvesting technology through the crystal, I just thought, this sounds not I got to see it to believe it. So they sent us some, we tried it out, and we were blown away. And because we were already really low powered, it actually, it worked.
That's
you know?
right.
It actually worked. And so what it does is it's a solar cell and under a Swarovski crystal. And this is something that you guys patented a while back.
Yes, yes. We patent the system is because through crystal, this solar system work because of the crystal can go through light easier. And we have patented the system, but now we have a chance to actually apply it. And this is just a beautiful match to able to apply such a good technology.
Yeah, and so the way it works, just to expound on that, is normally solar technology would be hard to use, especially in a wearable context, because you don't really get much direct sunlight. But with the crystal, it actually bends light and makes it more direct, so it actually works. So you actually have to have the crystal, and that was one of the innovations that Swarovski brought. And I was like, that's totally, that's exactly how you should do.
It's brilliant, yeah.
Actually, I remember, Sonny, when we first told you, you didn't believe it until you see the sample,
you know,
right?
Yeah, well, you made me a believer, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we talk a bit about availability? When can we get these? Where can we get them?
Right. We will be available already on misfit.com for pre-ordering, and delivery will be around end March. And in February, Swarovski.com will also open to order. And after that, in the end March, beginning of April, is available in some of the selected Swarovski store in US, Hong Kong, and China.
So there are 9 different accessories that it has. 3 slake bracelets, which is what Rachel's wearing right now. Pretty cool. Yeah, so that's
I
what she's
also wear
wearing.
one.
Yeah, and, oh right, and Joan's
Okay.
wearing one too. That's the
And
the
they
dark
work
one.
with the original Shine as well. If you want, if
It
you
works
already
with the
have
original
one.
Shine, the Swarovski Shine, the one with the energy crystal works with all Shine products. There are 3 different necklaces.
Yes.
Pendants.
This is only a special one for me to wear here. But we will launch it only next year. But you see, because, but Rachel one is the
Rachel's got
one
one.
that will be available.
And then there are 3 different sport bands as well. So those you can swim with, I think,
Exactly.
and it's waterproof, etc. And so there's 9 different sets, and I think you guys are probably thinking about other ones as well.
Yes, we are developing the second round of design to match with the energy harvesting crystal, which will be available at the end of Q2 as well.
And I think it's pretty clear who you guys are marketing. We're going after women with some of these. Of course, you have some accessories for men, but always that seamlessness of it and the versatility and constantly being able to wear something that works with a modern woman. I think that that's really phenomenal.
Yeah, wear it anywhere. That's something that we've said for a long time. You know, the wrist can be a busy place. Not everybody wants to wear something at the wrist. You might have a tan line. You know, a lot of people told us we don't want to wear anything on the wrist because we'll get a tan line. I wouldn't have thought of that, you
Right.
know, but you know, we get it. And so necklaces, clips, you know, we've really looked elsewhere as well.
For those that aren't as familiar with the Shine, do you want to kind of walk them through how it works?
Yeah, so I'm wearing the Flash right now, which is like the Shine, but it's a plastic version. And this, by the way, there's a cool healthcare connection because you can get this through, we did a deal with Oscar Health, and it's an insurance company, in fact, an insurance startup in New York and New Jersey, and you can actually just get one if you sign up for health insurance, and they'll pay you to be active. How cool is that? And the way it works is just a little round device here, which fits into a bunch of different accessories, whether it's a band, in this case a slate bracelet, or a necklace.
Pendant,
Yeah, and it figures out where it is on your body and then corrects for that and tracks your activity and whatnot. There are 12 dots on it, so you just you tap on it, and it basically shows you your progress towards your daily activity goals. So right here, I've got about 6 dots here, so I'm halfway through my activity goals.
You should move more.
Yeah, I know.
And you can change your goals.
Yeah.
so that-
Yeah.
And then it also tells you the time, so 12 dots, so it gives you a time approximation to the nearest. It rounds up, so it doesn't try to make you late.
I think that motivational factor, so as I've seen myself and I've become more aware, I started to up my goal and now I've made it higher, and I think just that motivational factor is really key.
You know, we watched how people, people say that if you're in healthcare, you're in the habit-changing business. We do agree with that. But as we watched how people used activity trackers, wearables, and whatnot for fitness and health goals, we found that what people really were looking for were goal-oriented types of behavior change. And so we made everything all about achieving your goal. So you actually set your goal in the app, and then that gets translated to how many dots get displayed. Because your goal, you're probably a 20,000 step person per day, you know?
Appreciate that.
Not texting and typing, you're just, and walking, you're walking. You know, I'm happy to get to 8,000 steps a day. And so.
Well, not at CES. I'm sure
Well, at
you've
CES, that's
surpassed
like-
everything.
Yes.
I've quadrupled my normal goal every single day here
Oh,
thus
yeah.
far.
So,
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to open it up. Does anybody have any questions for us? Yeah.
Curious how many you sold or how big your users are for
I think that's a Sonny.
Yeah.
Sure. So the question this gentleman asked was how many we've sold, how well we've done, right? Yeah. So Shine, our first product, Shine, was introduced a little over a year ago, Q4 last year, and it's done pretty well. We're doing fine in the U.S., although about 2/3 of our business is overseas. So we're currently the #1 activity tracker in China, in Russia, in places like that. In the U.S., doing pretty well, but this fourth quarter we sold over 1 million units. So.
And you were saying that you have real fans, so once they go on it,
Yeah.
that they continue with it, whereas a lot of times, other times they may drop off.
That's right. I noticed that working with Misfit and being on the booth for the last few days, people just love you wearing Misfit Shine because it is beautiful. Even on its own, it's a very nice product, and you don't need to take it off.
Yeah, the not taking it off is important. That was something we found was that, we read like 5,000 Amazon reviews of other products before we made Shine. We said, one of the top reasons why people stop wearing these products is because they actually have to take off wearable products. Why? Because they have to charge it. So if you think about it, if you don't put on your if every time you charge, you take it off and charge it, and there's a 1% chance you don't put it on, after 20 or 30 times of that, the chances are pretty high. Yeah, the likelihood is really high. And so no charging is probably our top feature.
Hi, I have, oh wow, it's very loud. Okay, sorry. I have actually, I would like to share the testimonial of my company, NutriHand, with the founders of Misfit and Swarovski. We tested a very large number of wearables. We usually have professional healthcare providers and clients and patients together, and we needed to find one. We end up buying a small quantity of Misfits to try. We end up buying now over 500 units. They have been using for over a year. They're all happy. The only complaint I had was, I wish it was looking more like a jewelry. So I'm so happy that Swarovski decided to do the partnership with them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's, jewelry, we've always wanted to do jewelry, but we wanted to do legit jewelry, not
It had to be the right part.
Yeah, not something, with the right brand and the right presence. We were looking for a global brand that had an iconic design language that was, we're shine and lights, there's sparkle and crystal. Get it? It makes sense.
That's right. And also for us, I think the Misfit modular concept is interchangeable. It is perfect to build a jewelry collection around it. I don't think we could have done it for every other product as well. So I think we are also very lucky
that
to find this
encounter
partnership
between the two of you guys.
And I'm so glad to hear this lady comment. It's really motivate us. The good product will keep coming. Promise you.
And, yes?
How do you see your mix of men and women as consumers of your product?
The question was, how do we see the mix of consumers developing over time between men and women?
You're talking about your consumer or Swarovski consumer or our Shine consumer?
It's an interesting space because usually you associate tracking with something sports related and not necessarily beautiful. And of course, Swarovski is associated with beauty. I'm wondering, in your partnership, how do you see women's adoption versus men's adoption?
So,
first?
sure. I think that's a great question. The desires between different genders and even different psychographic profiles can really differ. With Swarovski and the jewelry play, we've had a strong female, focus, and now it's even more so. And first of all, on that point, I feel great about that because honestly, a lot of the technology that I see in the wearable space, including some of the concepts that we came up with early, to be honest, look like it was made by geeks like me for geeks. And I just think we got to move beyond that. And I think there is this trend in wearables going from a 1.0 world where it's athlete, geek data, to lifestyle, where all of the time beauty, actually wearable all of the time. We've always joked that you can have the most accurate sensor in the world, but if you don't wear it, the accuracy is zero. So let's get people wearing it first. As far as men go, I think it's there's technology. Much of this technology is already so heavily skewed there. So developing more products for those segments, not a problem.
I think everyone wants to be healthy, and if there's a way for you to do it seamlessly, beautifully, whether you're a man or a woman. I mean, previously, I look at thousands of products a year, and like Sonny was saying, they're monochromatic, they were very bulky, they weren't something that I would want to wear. And this is something that's beautiful and I can wear to the office. I'm in a building with women from Harper's Bazaar and Cosmopolitan. These are, the ideal of what the a classy lady looks like, and now I can be wearing this, and I could be learning about my health. I could be learning, okay, today I've been sitting a lot more. I should get up. I should start walking. Oh, my sleep wasn't so great. What was I doing that could have affected it? I can take it with me into the shower because it's waterproof. It's something that's just always on. It's passively doing it for me. And I think that's the key. Anytime that there's any friction involved, it's not going to be something you're going to wear. It's not going to be something that you're going to stay with.
I think this is exactly where Swarovski came in, because I remember last year we read an article and said wearable technology is not wearable, and because of the design and everything. And that is why we see an opportunity to really design something beautiful that for every woman can wear around the day.
And I think materials is a big deal, you know, like a lot of the 1.0 world is still plastic, you know, and I just like when I think of you, you two ladies, my wife, wearing plastic, I don't know, you know, metal, leather, crystal, that seems more of the design language that might be more appropriate.
Yes.
So even at that level.
Yes?
For men,
Question around man jewelry.
we focus on women first. It's time to focus on women now. And after all the women love us and embrace us, then we properly start thinking about men. So, as a joke, but I think we have so much to do, baby steps, step by step. We just started this whole new world, this new segment. Still a lot to learn, a lot for us to improve. So we want to focus on the women's segment. And yes, there might be one day we come into men when men like to wear the sparkle crystal, why not? Yeah, I think men should start thinking about that.
Yeah. And I also think that is a market that is being talked upon, and there are a lot of products out there that already do speak to that. I mean, even the Misfit that you're wearing, this is definitely something that a man can wear already.
Yeah.
So there is a huge untapped audience with very fashionable fitness wear for women. So, any other questions? I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up.
You first?
You know, the 2015, people ask what it's going to be about, and I think the wearable space is incredibly interesting. The home space where we spend a lot of our time will also be very interesting. So I think there's going to be a lot of innovations coming from there. And finally, the connection between wearables and home, I think, will be a big deal as well. And so to the extent that we see more products incorporating health-related features there, I think we will. It's going to be a very exciting year. You know, we had the era of the PC in the 80s and the internet in the 90s, mobile and social in the 2000s, and really we're in the thick of this Internet of Things era. And we're exiting a 1.0 phase where geek, tech, data, okay, got it. It all works fine now. I think there's going to be two, you know, if I had to predict anything, and it's always dangerous, but so I'm probably wrong. One is this connection between wearables and smart home being made more tight, more seamless, and I think, and many of those use cases are around healthcare. You know, light bulbs that help you wake up at the right time. You know, sensors in your bed that help you that sense how well you sleep, that kind of thing. The other thing I think will be around making these products incredibly usable. You know, actually, you know, where the use cases are really interesting. Moving beyond just activity tracking, beyond just heart rate monitoring, and actually doing things for you. And so we're going to explore some of those things as well.
And for us, we are newcomers to this world, and we are overwhelmed by the...
Welcome to CES.
Yes, that we feel very welcome here. And so to us, we were definitely interested in developing jewelry with more functions, so-called the functional jewelries, and to make sure that there are, in some of our jewelry pieces, there's actual added value to some of us in this women's world.
Just the interconnectivity of everything. You know, there's not a distinction between this is my work day, this is my, you know, my leisure. It's from your home, it's from your car, it's from, you know, everything that you're doing in this whole, you know, your life, how you're living it, and the seamlessness of all the devices working together as well, which I see you guys are, you know, working towards. So I think that that's really fantastic.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank you.
you.
That
Thank
was
you so
fantastic.
much.
Thank you,
Thank
Rachel,
you.
Sonny, Joan. That was awesome. And I.